Calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, resilience and transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Good morning, clubbers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Club. It's a terrific Tuesday in the Isle of Spice, the 1st of July, which means we've crossed the halfway point. We smack dab into the Spice Mass season. There's a lot happening. I'm starting to feel the energy, better late than never. So I hope that you're feeling the energy as well. Another great day to be grateful. This morning I am thankful for the breath of life. I'm thankful for good health. I'm thankful for friends and family, and I'm always thankful for this opportunity and for you guys who tune in via the Ride Along Live Network and who are clubbers at heart. Listen, this morning we have a fantastic show. I'm going to be speaking with my very good friend, and I don't use friend loosely, but my very good friend Elimus Gilbert, the Hitman Inspector. And I know he go correct me and he go give me, because you have a long list of names before we get to the Hitman Inspector. I know you go correct me on that, but I just want to welcome you guys. I've been off for the past 2 shows. I traveled with the delegates from Grenada that represented Grenada at the Mrs. Globe pageant in Palm Springs last week. Really wanted to come live, but when I looked at the time difference, it meant that I would have to wake up at 3 a.m. there for us to be at 6 a.m. here. So we just couldn't do it, but I'm happy to be back. Before I begin, I want to extend congratulations to the 2 young ladies, that is Janelle Frederick and Celicia Jones. They did very well at the competition. I was happy to be there because I have been to a lot of different shows. I've been to Miss Universe Live. I've now been to Miss Globe, and what I loved about the Miss Globe show is that it was inclusive. It was for women of all ages, all sizes, and it was very much about empowerment and helping these women with their career, with their businesses. It's sort of a sisterhood in collaboration with the Win Foundation, serving women who suffer from domestic violence. All these wonderful things. So it's really a sister. I was happy to be there. I want to extend congratulations to our girls in the Miss Classique, which is the women over 40 up. Janelle Frederick placed in the top 10, and that's a big feat for us in an international competition. Also nominated for Best Costume. She won the Make It Happen Award. In the Miss Curvy Globe segment, Celicia Jones did very well. She won the Leader of the Year Award. And she also placed 3rd runner-up in the curvy section with also a Best Costume nomination. So these girls did phenomenally well for I won't say our first time because it's our 2nd year participating, but not at this level where we had more than 1 candidate out there. We also had a couple months ago, because the show is in 3 parts. It's Miss Globe that happens in China, and it's Miss Curvy Globe that happens in Palm Springs, as well as Miss Classy Globe. And we had a couple months ago, Tonya Mitchell. She went on to Miss Globe in China, and she won Best Talent. So our girls are doing very well, so I want to extend congratulations to them. I want to also congratulate Sheena Andrew Barry. She is the director, doing a phenomenal job giving these women a platform for them to grow and excel. And I really had a good time in Palm Springs. At the same time, coming off the plane and encountering 116 degrees, I ain't complaining about the sun in Grenada ever again. You hear me? Even if I feel it, I keep my mouth shut, because that kind of heat was crazy. And then going from the heat into the cold, I came back with, of course, the flu. But all is well. As I said, thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into our conversation with the one and only Elimas Gilbert, the inspector. We'll be right back.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Welcome back, folk, and of course, thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club. As I said earlier, my guest this morning is the one and only, the hitman inspector, Elimas Gilbert. And I tell you, he go correct me and tell me all them different names he has. But you know what I could also tell you is that he's my friend, and I don't use the word friend loosely. Specky, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Good morning, clubbers. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I think that's my second time on the Wake Up Club, and I'm very happy
Most
to
definitely.
be
here. What's going on? Correct me, because I know I miss out something in the name.
Well, you have it. I think you have it right. Elimas Inspector Hitman Hurricane Roger Gilbert, one of Grenada greatest entertainer. I mean, anybody argue that? The wicked, and I know you don't have too much of wicked people in Grenada. We cannot argue that. One of the greatest.
Listen, I remember, my first, I ain't go ashamed to say, running away from home for Carnival because, we were in the church and we weren't supposed to do that. And I remember escaping home and heading to Queen's Park and remember seeing you perform. And I was like, what the hell? This man is out of the world. And that was my first experience with you. You've been doing this for how many years? Can you tell me roughly?
40 years. This year I will be celebrating 40. Yes.
Yeah,
and I came from an era where the music was different. I always tell people that that era was serious about lyrics, serious about melody, storytelling. Even though you sing a smut, sometimes they appreciate it. For your audience who don't know what is a smut, a vulgar song, sometimes they appreciate it when you give a double meaning, when you put a little creativity into it, or some people say make it more crafty. Yeah, for example, you might hear a tune go right up in the. She sent him to pick a coconut, and he was taking his time and climb the coconut tree, and she told him, "Nah, they halfway go right up in there." Creativity. All that changed today, but I'm still around. I went through about 3 different era, different generation. Music for old and young. When promoters call me, any way they fit me, I could make it happen. Because they could say, all right, this is a macho crowd. We don't want that song, this song. Even I remember doing Queen Show years ago, and I know Queen Show is your thing. And when they call me, they will say, we want you performing Queen Show, but there are certain songs you cannot sing. I say, no problem. I have songs I could sing. Yeah, so 40 years, and happy to be alive, and I had a wonderful run, as some people will say, wonderful career, and still doing it.
Well, most definitely, because I remember, because I think a lot of people don't seem to understand the origin of soca and soca monarch. Because I remember that we would go to the March Gras, which would be Sunday night into Monday morning. There were two songs in the competition, which was your commentary, and then your more upbeat party song was the song that we're leaving the stadium straight into Juve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
And some people used to stay home for the first rounds because he had so much of people in the Queen's Park that some people
Mhm,
stay home because the second rounds are always the tempo rounds. Well, not all the artists Sunday night, but a
mhm,
few of us have the tempo, and the people who like the tempo come in time for the tempo. They will stay home and cook. I think they used to call it Kambule. They stay home
mhm,
and cook and enjoy themselves, and maybe by 10, 11, or
mhm,
by 9, 10, because, first rounds is to start maybe around 7, 8 o'clock.
mhm,
They in the stadium, the Queen's Park, not stadium, sorry, Queen's Park for the second
mhm,
round. That's the jump up rounds, and then me and a
mhm,
Jamo and them, you still have that up tempo with message. But my style was different. I tell a lot of people I bring before Soca Monarch itself, I bring Soca Monarch into the Mashgra. Because even though I
mhm,
sing a song like "We Go in the Wrong Way," the crowd will chant. I mean, that video is there for evidence. The crowd will chant and sing, and like if it's a road match, like if it's the power in the soca or the madness. I
mhm,
sing in a commentary and people jumping and singing, like if I sing in a power. And that was the difference with my talent. I will share that
mhm,
story, which I have many to share. I remember
mhm,
once the Calypso tent, Carib Calypso tent went to Carrico, and 15
mhm,
of us in the tent, and they always put me to sing last because, the mashup man.
mhm,
And each and every artist, when they finish perform, they will come backstage and say, boy, the crowd had to please, boy. What? Them kayaks had to please, but them people look clapping, they look
mhm,
smiling. Every artist will come backstage and say that. And I sit down in the corner, little boy, and I listening to them. And you know what? All of them will mention, only Inspector will go there and wake up these people. By only Inspector I could go there and wake up these people. These people serious, but these people look clapping. Carrick was different years ago. And I always
mhm,
remember that. And I had that in my career for years. And not every artist in Grenada could say that. And I appreciate it. Not all Grenadians like me, but the majority show me that love, that respect. I sing songs already. I know if it's some other artists, they don't get in through. So I always appreciate that. I had a wonderful career. I had more good times than bad times.
Okay. Speaking of the good times, you've been doing this for over 40 years. There must be that pinnacle moment, that one performance that you hold really dear. You, off the top of your head, what has been that, I would say, your
More than
greatest performance,
more
your
than
greatest
more than
memory?
one. More than
Uh-huh.
one. The first one is 1986.
Mm-hmm.
1986 was my first time in the Mashga. I started in 1985, but I was too young to compete in the senior competition. So
Mm-hmm.
1985, I won the road match. I won the junior monarch. 1986, I also won the junior monarch, but I had age to compete in the senior. Well, so they say, so the
Mm-hmm.
committee say at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I came third in the senior. I had a song called A Little More Something, a little more, a little more, a little more education,
Mm-hmm.
a little more liberation. And the crowd was chanting to that too. And it was a commentary. And I had No Kicks for 86, which a lot of people know, one of my biggest road match ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And third, Smokey came first. He retained the crown again from 1985. Jamo came second, and Inspector third. So I beat the major, only two men that beat me. But I
Mm-hmm.
beat the majority as a teenager in the competition. So I always remember that competition. I also remember 1989 was my first Calypso, national Calypso crown. 1989 as a teenager again. I remember
Mm-hmm.
performing We Go in the Wrong Way, put my clothes wrong side. That video is also there for evidence. And
Mm-hmm.
destroy that place. Second wrongs, my neighbor. When I stopped the band, and I also learned that from the Mighty Sparrow because that's my idol, the greatest Calypsonian that ever lived. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
something people cannot argue again, whether you like him or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped the band. And when I stopped the band, people was like, well, we never see that happen here before, like he boss. You know, that going through, a lot of people tell me that after, and I sing a cappella. And then I come back, Mama, like, and that place gone crazy. So 1989, I remember when I finished singing, I dressed and ready for Juve, because I always love Juve. Ready for Juve, don't thinking about Crown. And somebody come and whisper in my ears, you know you won? I was like, wow, I could not believe. Like I was in heaven and hell. That feelings, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. Because that year, everybody was saying Black Wizard. That two powerful song, IMF and Tellstone. And if 100 people call the radio station and the announcer asks them who winning the Calypso King, if 100 call, 98 said Wizard, and one say a Jamo, one say Inspector. That year, everybody said Wizard winning the crown. And I go there thinking Wizard winning, and I perform. So that alone I could tell other artists who looking at me, don't care what people say, don't care what the market say, don't care what the street say, don't care what the radio say, don't care what who say, competition is on the night. On the night you have to deliver to impress them judges. The radio could play somebody's song 5 million times more than yours. Don't let that down your spirit. The night competition is on the night. But I could give a next example. I remember Trinidad. When Gypsy had captained the ship is sinking. Everybody said Gypsy win already. He don't even have to go and sing. And David rather come and well perform. Put the Savannah in that. With the man with the hammer gun and Bahia girl. And won the crown. Last moment that dear to my heart was 1993 when I sang Soca Hurricane.
Yes, I remember.
That idea came up after I won in 89. The Greater Jamo, that is like Grenada Sparrow. When you beat a Jamo in a competition, trust me, you have to feel good because Jamo is very hard to beat. Yeah, man could sing, melody, everything. And when I won in 89, a Jamo came back and took a crown in 90. I came fifth. 91, Jamo won again, I came fifth. 92, Jamo won again, I came fifth. I said, no. Anytime a car ain't going up a hill, you must pack it up and check it out. I want to repeat that for your audience, because a lot of people don't understand that in life. Anytime something don't work in, for example, a car, whatsoever don't work in, you must pack it up and check out what is the problem. And a lot of people don't do that. They stay in the same situation and the same problem over and over and over and over. And I remember I went to Miami Carnival in 92. And my good friend Troy Garvey was there. Them time me, Troy Garvey, Morgan, Carl Wilson, all of us hanging out. And he had a hurricane in Miami before Carnival, Hurricane Andrew. And for Carnival, a lot of people had a T-shirts on them mark, I survive Hurricane Andrew. And when I see that, I man a quick. And to the people who don't know, I write all my songs. You have one or two I take from people like The Mother's Love. I took that from Val Adams. But I wrote all my songs. You know, I tell people that all the classics, the Sweet Home, the Hurricane, the Eating Better, I pen that. I doing that since a little boy. And when I see everybody with the T-shirt mark, I survive Hurricane Andrew, he click one time. I say, Troy, I know you don't remember that up to today. I say, Troy Garvey. But look, people had T-shirt mark, I survive Hurricane Andrew. My last name is Gilbert. I remember Gilbert had passed in Jamaica. So why you think about Hurricane Gilbert? Try say, yeah. That's a good thing, man. He said quick because he was talking to Morgan and them. So I guess he said quick maybe to brush me off, but he didn't mean it that way. And I marked down that. When I came back to Brooklyn, the rest was history.
Okay. Now, I know you mentioned Sparrow as somebody who started in the art form at a young age. You know, who have been your greatest influences?
Sparrow. I learn all the way a whining and my hand behind my head, and I'm a better entertainer than a singer. I just tell people that. I'm an entertainer, but I could tell my story. Right? Because there is a lot of people with sweeter voice than mine, nicer voice, and never win no crown. So at the end of the day, it's how you tell your story. Yeah? And Sparrow taught me entertainment. And that's one of the things that make people go crazy over the Inspector for almost, all my life. Entertainment. Boy, that man could whine. Boy, that man could perform. Yeah? When I'm in London, people on top people, just to see this man perform. You always hear people say that about Inspector. They might say, you can't sing. What's your opinion? You do all lyrics, But You don't hear them say he can perform. You know, and I
Most
learned
definitely.
performance from Sparrow. Michael Jackson is one of my idols too. If you come to my house in Sotez, as you enter, is a big poster in Michael Jackson. And I learned entertainment from that man. When I had the space rocket in Queens back in 94, all that idea came by looking at Michael Jackson. You understand? So once he's a great entertainer, I love Marshall Montano. Although he's young than me by a few years, but he taught me entertainment, my good friend too. And something he said to me, I always remember, he said, Specky, if you're performing and your shoes squeezing, don't stop perform. That's your job. Perform. When you get off the stage, you go deal with the shoes. But once you're up there and the shoes squeezing, don't show people the shoes squeezing. You have to perform.
Most definitely. Now I've got to ask you this, and it might be personal. Crowned very early, in your career, beating some of the big wigs. How have you managed to stay grounded, um, you know, positive? And when I say that, I mean to say, there are a lot of young artists out here, and there's always some sort of drama. How have you been able to stay grounded and stay on the right track?
First of all, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Yeah, some artists must drink before they go on stage. Some artists must smoke before they go on stage. Yeah, I see it all my life. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Who know me will tell you, have the soda there for him, Lately, I start drinking a little Baileys, and that'll still get me drunk. That is not my thing. Once I went to Hot Wednesday and I drink a Guinness, or some in a Guinness. When I reach home, I drunk. I thought when you sleep and wake, I thought when you wake up, you're sober. When I wake up, I'm still drunk. So that is not my thing. I don't drink, I don't smoke. My circles are very small. I monitor people. I monitor everybody around me. If that is not my crowd, I don't go there. When time to perform, I go and do my show, and I back home. I might mingle a little after, but I observe people. Yeah? The people who are around me now is people that was there since 1985 or the early 90s. Yeah? So that helped me a lot. When people meet me on the street in Brooklyn, Specky boy, when you came up, boy, we don't see you. When you came up last week, when you came up last night. But I'm in Brooklyn. I spend more time in Brooklyn than Grenada. You understand? But they think I'm in Grenada because I'm here and they don't see me. When I had to perform, I do my show back home. I just go and hustle. That in Brooklyn, you must work. That is not Grenada. You must work. The rent have to pay. Nothing than the rent. You don't have no love in this place. You can't pay the rent, you and the landlord in trouble. I ain't saying that will happen in Grenada too, but Grenada, you could still go and sleep under somebody's house and live all the morning. And you feel good. I just tell people I'd rather to be a vagrant in Grenada than New York. School children go tease you and still give you a mango to suck. I know I change the topic a little, but I'm telling the story.
But it's important.
Yeah, they go still tease you and give you a mango to suck. You could still go in the river and bathe. With a still treat vagrant go home in Grenada. Entertainment, yes. Entertainment. That's my thing. So my idol is great performer. Arrow again. I used to love Arrow. Once he's a great performer, I admire that in people.
Well, I've got to ask you this as somebody who is seasoned, and I see your influence with a lot of the young artists because you do quite a bit of collaborations and stuff like that. And when I speak to them, the same way you're mentioning Sparrow as an influence to you, many people see you as a positive influence within the art form. But I've got to ask you this question as I ask most artists. It definitely has to be a passion and a love, because I'm not sure that the business within itself is lucrative enough to support an artist for the year. Tell me about that.
Well, I will give this story like how I tell everybody. If I was a trainee artist with the talent I show Grenada, if I'd been born in Trinidad, I would be a millionaire like Marshall. Because Trinidad market more big. Once you have a hit song in Trinidad, that's it. You could build a house. Yeah? Once Dennis Belfort was telling me that when she do have a good season in Trinidad, the amount of money she make. I mean, we're not comparing Trinidad and Grenada because I know the population different. But
Yeah.
Trinidad, they take that thing serious. For example, you see Black Adan did good last year. He having a good 2 years with that blessing song, traveling all over. If you see Yen take part in competition home, don't surprise because he could go to Toronto around that time and make a 5,000 US. So I just giving an example. If I was a trainee artist, I would be a millionaire like Marshall Montana with the talent at Show Grenada. I was telling some friends again, I said, when I used to win, first prize used to be 15,000. I think the highest price was Sokamona 30,000. But by the time you pay presentation and pay other bills, nothing. So the younger artists making more money now, the paycheck more big. You understand? So although I win plenty crowns, the finance and there, you know, and that's only because Grenada different, right? So I survive in it because of the love. City Hall. I've been honest with you because of the love. Many times at home and I broke like a lot of people. At times at home and I can't even put gas in my vehicle. I've been real with you. Yeah, Grenada different. Grenada different. And a lot of Grenadians don't support the artists like some other countries, like how they support their artists. I see in Barbados, them Bajan and them living out of that. I see that to myself. Yeah, Grenada different. When I tell you different. Yeah, sometimes the way them security alone treat you in the door as an artist or somebody radio personal and everything, you just wonder. You understand? So home a little different. And that's something I say in all my life. I just rich artists could get better treatment home. Better treatment. You sing this year, you have a good song, they jump up, yeah. You better gain what you could. Next year, they forget you don't have a good, they forget if that's the man who sang last year. You know, so the treatment not 100%. But I survive because of the love. I do that all my life and I love it. When I tell you I love it, I love it. All those who are help, all them young artists who are help who come around me, I do it from my heart. You know, I help them. A lot of them. You know, I help them. I wrote a lot of songs too that I never come out and say I who write that. You understand?
Tell us.
When Gigi had a woman bad for who she want, I penned that in England. Yeah.
Okay.
Masoka man is a type of man, and that same song mash up St. Vincent. When Randy Isaac had salsa, she want, I wrote that. Them time we live in bachelor life together. He just changed how it was soca she want, he just take it out and he put salsa. Yeah. I never get it. I also wrote for Val Adams too. And I soca for Val Adams. You know, you have one or two Trini artists that I write calypso for. You know, and then because once you see I sit down and decide to put pen and paper together. Yeah. Because I born with that. As I said that, I remember something. A performance that was dear to my heart was Way the Veteran when I make that came back in 2013. Because Soca Mona can take a different turn, younger people, younger artists, good, vibrant artists. The Killer came in, the Boy Easy, the Worst Ways, and the thing was different. My audience getting older. You know, the younger people come to jump up for their peers, I will say their age group. And then I stayed out 2012 to monitor it, to see the direction it going. And I remember a lot of people was like, Specky Days done. Specky can be them young boys again. He can make it with them. All them talk there. But artists write good songs under pressure. I go repeat that. Artists write good songs under pressure. And I decide, nah, man, what's wrong with them? I still performing better than a lot of them young boys. Once I have a big tune that the public go crazy over, I could outshine them. I know that. And I just always tell people that. And I decided to come back with Way the Veteran and destroy that stadium. I don't know if you was there. I mean, Boy Easy came first, you know?
Yes.
And I mean, both of us from Sotes, so that was a nice. But I feel good like if I win. Yeah.
No. I remember this.
One of them that also is dear to my heart, yeah.
Listen, I've got to ask you this because, you know, you talk about singing, you talk about writing, and this is something that's dear to my heart because, you know, I understand the fight and I understand it's a passion and a love, and sometimes it doesn't sustain the artist. What about you in terms of royalties? Are you part of any organization? And I say that because I sent out this release yesterday from the ECCO, that's ECHO, the Eastern Caribbean Copyright Organization, and they're about to pay $1 million in royalty to artists within several countries, including Grenada. So that's why I'm asking you, are you benefiting from that, or I know it's new age and old age. Back then, we weren't educated in terms of registering and doing all of that. Tell me about that for you.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. We got to talk about that because I don't register with no company at the moment. What's about that company from St. Lucia? I know years ago they used to collect money home, and that ended up in all kind of confusion. And remember, Linda Stricker used to be working with them collecting money. I don't know
No,
that.
that's the same ECHO I'm talking about, and I know that they finally gotten their act together. My very good girlfriend Siobhan Francis, she is the agent in Grenada,
Well,
and I
listen to
know
me.
that,
Listen to me. Me don't want to go in nothing that what is any scamming.
No, it's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. So I'm going to send you information on it because definitely people are benefiting, but there still needs to be a lot of education on it because listen, there's some artists just because they've registered their music, they're able to get that residual throughout their life. So you're telling me that you've never been registered to any organization locally or abroad? Specky, you there?
Yes, I lost you for a while. Yeah, the last part of it, the last thing I heard was abroad. Yeah.
No, like
But
so you've never been registered. All this catalog of music you've had for years that we keep hearing over and over. You're not getting any residual from that.
once I'd register with PRS in London, but to tell you like getting a money or a whole set of money, no. Because remember, when I had the business in the palm of my hand in Grenada, no radio station home wasn't paying no royalties. And a jammer will come here and tell you the same thing. So if your music is playing in Trinidad, where they paying royalties and them stuff, you know, what money you go get? So Grenada never pay royalties until I heard that same one, speak about it from St. Lucia over the years. And then I heard so much of scandal, so much of bacchanal. And I saying to myself, like, they didn't have the act together before, but so much of money was collected. So they had to take some blows too.
Yeah. Well, you see, it wasn't. I don't know about the past, but I know now, and what I will do later, I'm going to send you the release because I really think that, you understand the struggle. You understand that you could have been a millionaire now had we have the education and understanding that is needed to protect the artists. And a lot of the radio stations here in Grenada have not bought into it. So I know that they're working on legislation, but everything does take forever in Grenada. You know that, So it's something we're going to talk more about because I think that, we really need to address it because the artists in Grenada have been putting out so much and a lot of them are not benefiting from the residual that they could be benefiting from. Now, I want to talk now about new music. Tell me about your new music for the season.
Well, I have a song with Little Jello. The Honda Sot more bad when you're buried. I understand that he's playing on a radio station in Trinidad already. The plan is after Carnival, whether that do good home or not, after Carnival, we head to Trinidad. Because from my experience over the years, all hand tune does go big in Trinidad. Once the music good. After all that thing I have done for you, why you horning me? I remember that. And all that was outside songs. Something about horn and Trinidad, it does happen. I have one, the silent with support, but loud with criticism. They are doing very good. People are reacting to it. The comments is very positive. That's export production. Yeah, I send the idea to export. I tell them, I say, watch. I give in already hook line for the chorus. Write it. Jason from export. Yeah, it's Jason and John, two brothers. Jason wrote it and sent it back, and that's the best thing I could have done in my life. I say next year, I'll give him ideas again and make him write. Yeah, doing very, very good. I don't know if you heard it yet, but
No, but I guess we'll hear it now. So listen, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to watch the videos, we're gonna listen to the music, and then and after that, we're gonna dive into a conversation about the new music itself. Plus, we also had to talk about this 40 years because I know your show coming up. You've been in the business for 40 years. We got to discuss that. Folks, we're taking a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to listen to the new music from Specky, and we're going to dive more into our conversation. You're tuned into the Wake Up Club. We'll be right back.
When you do good, they don't say nothing. But when you make a mistake, all of them talking. You see mankind, some of them, they do good. Don't go near them with your drinks or your food. Misery like company, stay far if you're happy. They watching your house and van. You're telling me about human. They're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. They're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. Tell me why. Silent when you're winning, they don't make a noise. When you're down, you're hearing everybody's voice. Silent when you're winning, they don't make a noise. When you're down, that's when you're hearing people's voice. Oh, you too bad, that people is too much. Man, how are you there so? Enough is enough. They claiming they is your friend, they're smiling and laughing. Soon as you back turn on them, is what they ain't saying. Oh Lord, they're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. They're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. Tell me why. Silent when you're winning, they don't make a noise. When you're down, you're hearing everybody voice. Silent when you're winning, they don't make a noise. When you're down, that's when you're hearing people's voice. Whoa, I good by myself, liming by myself, I praising myself. Oh Lord, oh, I good by myself, liming by myself, I praising myself. They're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. They're quiet with support, but loud with criticism. Tell me why. To the two-faced people, them, I don't want all you as friend, wait. I will flap my wings by themselves. I'm proud of me. I don't want no friend from nobody. I'm serious.
Definitely. Specky, tell me about that, because listen, that message is so now, is so yesterday, it's so tomorrow. It is a reflection of our people, not here in Grenada, but on the world over. That you could be winning, you wouldn't hear anything. They ain't going to even praise you. But if you only falter once or you make a mistake, the criticism is loud. Tell me about that.
well, it's just human. So that alone telling you the moral of the story is people don't mean well for you. They don't mean well. Some people telling you good morning, they just say good morning, maybe because all you bounce up. Have a great day, they don't mean have a great day. You understand? And that's sad. We have a culture in Grenada, like for example, them girls going to represent the parish, show their talent, and we have a culture where we will tear them up. How much man they take before? Who give them food to eat before? Who food so hard? Who clothes them? I mean, you hear it for yourself, and that's sad. All them girls want is encouragement. That is why when they're searching for girls, a lot of them don't want to take part because they don't want to go through that, forgetting that this is human beings. Just because somebody going and show their talent, and it only happen with Queen Show. It's just a human thing. It's just a human thing. Because the amount of things I hear about myself already. I mean, we are human, nobody perfect. But the amount of stuff, sometimes I laugh and ask myself, and if it's me they really talking about, only because you show your talent. And what people don't realize that people come in this world for different reasons. Everybody cannot be the same. Everybody can be it's Coxita Hall. Everybody cannot be Junior Judge. Everybody cannot be Inspector. Everybody cannot be Lavaman. We come here for different reasons. I remember once I went and do construction work, helper with some friends, you know? And I see them guys drawing a line on the plywood and putting the machine on it and cutting it in a second. And they will tell me draw a line and cut that same piece of board there for me. And I will take about 3 hours with my hand shaking. And here what they ask me. They say, but I trying to write one song and I can make it. You're writing 5 and 6 and 7 songs in one day. The moral of the story is people born for different reasons. And let me tell you something, Sita. A lot of them things happen because of jealousy and grudge, you know. That's just the way life is. You don't have to do people nothing. People see you with a vehicle, forgetting that you was walking all the time. They don't think about the part where you was walking all the time. They see you with a vehicle and they vex. They giving other people 900 reasons how you get the vehicle. They know how you get it more than you, eh? So they giving 900 reasons. And it's sad that don't go in a way. And it's the most time is black people doing that to their own black people. Let me give a next example about that and then we go jump into something else. Them Syrian will come home. And the first month you see them with a bag on the back. With some clothes going around selling. Big green bag on the back. I don't see them. They're going around and they're selling house to house. About 3-4 months after, you see they driving a vehicle. Because, you know, they save and they don't want nobody questioning them. So from walking, they start driving now, going all over in the area. After the driving, about a year after, they own a store in Tong or Grenville. Nobody questioning them. You see the progress? Yeah? Nobody questioning them. Once a black man have something, either he sell drugs or he do things, black people, we have a problem. And we have to admit we have a problem. Yeah? We have a problem, MC Hall. I see here in America, black people killing black people, shooting down black people. You don't hear no cry, you don't hear nothing. You don't hear Black Lives Matter, you don't hear nothing about that. Just let a white man, I don't say he have the right to do it, but we being real, just let a white man make a mistake. Just make a mistake and do something to a black person. Cry all over it, then let us cry when black people doing it to our own.
Amen.
And that's a problem. And that problem do fixing. That problem do fixing, but that's a different topic.
Yeah, well, you got to save us from ourselves. Listen, you've collaborated with a lot of different artists. And one of the songs, I know you've collaborated with Jello before, but this is a song that seems to be very popular. I'm hearing it on the radio station. As you said, it's making its wave in Trinidad. Let's take a listen to this song. What's the name of the song?
I do. Jello want to get married, and I warning him that the hand does hurt more when you're married. It does hurt when you're boyfriend and girlfriend too, you know. But when you're married and you get the hand, it does hurt more, and then you have to go through the divorce. Well, some people get the hand and they still stay, but play the video.
Okay, let's take it in.
Uncle, really know I want to say a thing. Wow, very expensive. My son, in life, you have to prepare for real. Thunder and honey. Oh, sorry, I slip on the tongue. Like me. Expensive.
No more games. No more games.
I do.
I'm serious now. You serious?
I do.
You make up your mind? I am going to do it.
I
am
do.
going to do it.
I
But
do.
just let it
I
one
do.
little
I do. I
advice.
do. I do. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you. Give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. The Honda say you a bad bad when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda. Jello when you had to get divorced you have to leave the house, the land, the car and the van because most of the time the law is on the side of the woman. For the woman.
Not joke. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you. Give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. The Honda say you a bad bad when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause one Granty. He don't hear Kevin. He don't hear Snappy. He don't hear. All of them do the same thing. Well, Brenty come back and cry. Kevin come back and cry. Snappy come back and cry. All of them come and cry.
Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you. Give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. The Honda say you a bad bad when you're married. The Honda sound to you mobile when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house. Is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that.
Folk, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. Specky, tell me about that collaboration because let me tell you something. I really enjoyed it. I love the message. I love the melody. I like that camaraderie between the both of you. Tell me about that the horn that caused that. I do.
Well, you know, in life, young people will come to you and ask you for advice. So, young Jello in love, and he want to see how he do, but I just warn him. That most people are there up in the pink house. It's not only drugs. It's not only drugs. Family problem does chip off people. Yeah? Yeah, so I just warning him. I never tell him don't get married. Only warn him, prepare for it.
Listen, I gotta ask you this, and I know you're upfront and you're honest with me. A lot of artists complain about releasing music but not getting it played on the radio or not getting it received locally. Tell me about your experience with that. Specky, we're going to take a quick break. What happens, Specky, is your camera turned up wrong side again. I think you need to log in and log back out. Folks, we take a quick break and we'll be right back. We're having a little technical issue, but we're going to get it.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Welcome back, folk. Not sure we get Specky back in yet. Definitely, good music. Hopefully we'll get Specky back in soon. Junior, let's take a little bit about it, more on the video until we can get Specky back in. Let me see if I can reach him.
Man, I know up in the pink house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that when you had to get divorced you have to leave the house, the land, the car and the van because most of the time the law is on the side of the woman for the woman.
Not joke. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you, give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. The Honda steer you bad when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause one Granty, he don't hear, Kevin, he don't hear, Snappy, he don't hear. All of them do the same thing. Well, Brenty come back and cry, Kevin come back and cry, Snappy come back and cry. All of them come and cry.
Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you, give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound you more when you're married. The Honda say you're bad when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that.
Uncle, really love you. I want to say I do.
You're going to come back in?
Wow, very expensive. My son, in life, you have to prepare for real. Honda and honey, oh sorry, I slip my tongue, like me. Expensive.
No more games. No more games.
I do.
Are serious now? You serious?
I do.
You make up your mind? I am going to do it.
I
am
do.
going to do it.
I
But
do.
just need one little advice.
I do. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you, give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. The Honda steer you bad when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda. Jello when you had to get divorced you have to leave the house, the land, the car and the van because most of the time the law is on the side of the woman for the woman.
Not joke. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you for some advice. Uncle, I want to say I do, but I don't know what to do. So I come to you, give me your best advice.
The Honda sound plenty more when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. The Honda steer you bad when you're married. The Honda sound you more bad when you're married. Jello most mad man I know up in the pink house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause that most mad man I know up in the mad house is a Honda cause that I'm married Honda cause one Granty, he don't hear, Kevin, he don't hear, Snap Most madman I know up in the madhouse is a Honda Cossack, a married Honda Cossack.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation. Enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
You know,
Yeah, hello?
Specky, you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you
Listen.
loud and clear.
Listen. Okay, good. We're almost out of time, but the last question I asked you was the reception of your music on the airways here. What is that like? Because a lot of artists complain about not getting their music played. Do you experience that?
No man, once your music good, you can play. I mean, I don't know what is the problem. Here time I don't get play because I don't present good material. I go through that already. But then once your material good, for example, that song I do get a lot of play, and the last one I released, Silent with support and lot of criticism, a lot of play. And I'm not getting play because of my name, because when I don't have good material, trust me, I'm listening and I don't get no play at all. So I'm not saying the others do have good material. I don't know what is the problem. Yeah, I don't know what is the problem. But I will give an advice, Sita Hall. Don't depend on the radio station only. Black Adam did not depend on station only. Black Adam walk that internet. Social media is there. He walk it. I see that for myself from May last year. As he told me, say, Uncle, I release early. I remember that video from May last year. He walk himself. He put out clips. Labor Day, Miami Carnival, and then he walk away into Trinidad. So it's not like years ago. I remember when I now came in the business, we had one radio station in Grenada. We used to have to depend on that one radio station. You know, social media are very important. Work social media. There is songs that will be popular on social media, and then when the radio see that, they pick it up after. Make use of social media.
Most definitely. Now listen, we're almost out of time, but I've got to speak to you about this. 40 years in the business. I know you have your show this year. Tell us about that.
Yes, 40 years. I will be having older artists, younger artists, pan music, top DJs at the Progress Park in St. Andrew on the 3rd of August, Sunday, August 3rd. Because the next day is a working day, we're starting early. Showtime will be at 7 p.m. sharp. So we could finish by 11, 12, so people could get time to go home and rest and work the next day. So we're having other international artists. You know, I don't want to call name yet because contract and sign yet. We just had a talking moment, you know. So Sunday, August 3rd, Progress Park in St. Andrews. And as I tell the people, we're going to be just doing it early. So come out early. Don't come later and say, I didn't hear my favorite song. And some of these songs I did not sing in years, like Stay Away from Drugs and I Feel the Pain, you're getting all of them. You're getting all of them. You understand? And it will be a show to experience. Yeah? And we're having younger and older artists. So we could have different audience. You know. So Sunday, August 3rd, Progress Park. And before I leave again, I want to say thank you, Grenada. Thanks for the love. I felt it over the years. You know, thanks for the support. And all the loyal supporters who rally around me, all the fans who rally, big hit, small hit, first, last, make, don't make, they rally around the inspector. Thank you very much. And I do it for 40 years because I love it. I love it. As I tell you, Grenada is not an easy place to survive. I never had a 8 to 4 home or a 9 to 5. You know, I survive on the music and it's not easy, especially when you don't get no royalties and when you have to depend on the little shows alone. It's not an easy place to survive, but, you know, the fans rally around me. I want to say thank you very much. Special thanks to the SMC, Spice Mass Corporation, for endorsing the Fed. Special thanks to SEDU, St. Andrews Development Organization, for giving me the opportunity. You know, and I want sponsors to come on board. Let's make it big. Let's make it great. It's 40. It's a milestone. And Mr. Sita Hall, I know you grew up when the music was different. A lot of classical music. It's different now because the generation now have their own style. We may not like a lot of things, but that is what they like. That's their style. That's their way of doing it. When I came into it, we had verse and chorus. After a verse, a whole long band chorus, all that changed. And the next generation to come, the style will be different. So knocking them and changing nothing. That is what they like. That is, you realize a lot of jab, because that is what they like, and they realize that happening. So that is what they like. That is what they like. You know.
Most
That's
definitely. Now, Specky, we're out of time. We're out of time, but I have the last question for you. And not really question. I want to give you the opportunity to, what advice would you give to someone young and upcoming in the business, trying to make it into the soca and the Kaiso arena?
If you cannot write, get a writer. Nothing wrong with that. One or two people might grumble, he can write or she can write, people have to write for them. No bother with that. Rihanna first hit, Umbrella, she didn't wrote it. Right? Celine Dion don't write no songs. Yeah, the great Marshall Montano does buy songs, but he's the soca king of the world. You understand? Some people are very good singers, but they cannot write. Right? Some people could do both. So first of all, you must present material. Because when Carnival come, people, okay, you know, who write or who they write, they once it good, they go crazy over it. A lot of people don't even know who write them songs. They go crazy over it. You know? Second, you have to love it. Love what you do. And something what does distract a lot of artists is competition. A lot of artists try the first year, the second year, the third year, they didn't get through. And I know how that feel. I know how that feel. There are many times I wanted to give up. But I say no. That is why I wrote Soca Hurricane. You have to have confidence in yourself. Right? If a man beat you in the competition, it's not to say he sang better than yours or you do good. No, sometimes them judges give him more points than you because of the criteria. And that's where a lot of artists just get distracted. How come that man beat me? Me song better? Because of the criteria. Them judges might find you out shine your day. I lose by 1 point already. 2000 when I had the big wave come in, Zingo beat me by 1 point. Joke me, you don't get in blood. I was mad, I was vexed. I drive up Sotters. I don't even say hello to nobody that night going up in the vehicle. If he had people in my vehicle going back up. But that's competition. We all feel. And let me tell you something. You never hear the king say them judges stiff yet, you know. You never hear the Calypso king said, "Why them judges stiff?" We all want to win. We don't complain when we win. So it's just competition. We just vex, we just mad, but competition distract a lot of artists left the business because of competition. So don't let that distract you. You have a talent, show the people your talent and don't give up. Not everybody go like you. People must criticize you. If you take $1 million and you feed everybody around you, they go eat, they go drink, they go still back talk you. So prepare. I just be walking through tongue and fans just give me a but you finish the thing they say, boy. But why don't stop saying, but why don't get them young by a chance? But that's fans. They teasing you, they playing with your mind. You understand? So don't give up. Have confidence and keep pushing. One day, I remember Sheldon Douglas used to be walking behind the carriage truck when we singing in tongue. Afterwards he come and he win Soca Monarch. So it's just a dream. Follow your dream. Don't give up. And you have to love it. Don't come into it for money only. Don't come into it for money only. You have to love it. You have to have a passion for it. And thank you very much, Mr. Sital, for the love and the help over the years. Although you never give me money, but you give me advice. You know, I think you maybe saw one or two outfits for me over the years too. I don't know if I did pay you, but you know. Thanks to Junior Judge to me and Junior very close. Me and Junior more close than you. Yeah, me and Junior. Yeah, man, me and Junior more close than you. Yeah, when Junior wife beating him, he just call me and cry and ask me what to do. I say, no, don't hit her back. You go in jail in America. Just take the licks and hush, yeah. When you get in your last, she doesn't call me and tell me nothing. So, me and Junior.
I don't get that. Anyhow, Specky, listen. Always a pleasure chatting with you. I wish you all the best for the 2025 season and beyond. You will continue to be one of my favorite artists with veteran. You know, as I said at the beginning, I call you friend, and I don't use friend loosely with any and anybody, because that is what you've been to me over the years. Even though you just give me a lot of old talk and say all kind of wrong thing, you know, but that is part of the jest that we have, you know. But I've got a lot of respect for you. I want to wish you the very best. Continue to do what it is you're doing, and don't be a stranger on the Wake Up Club.
I want to tell you that this is no sweet talk. This is no hypocrite. I admire you and I respect you because of you. And in music, we call that originality. You don't put your mouth in back to talk, and you be yourself. You're not ashamed of yourself, and that I admire you for. All who know you know that about you. You're not ashamed of yourself, and you say it as it is. So we accept you for who you are. And again, in music, we call that originality. You're original. You be yourself. You don't pretend somebody else. You're not somebody else. You're a Kirk sitter heart. And to all them foreigners who look in, if you never visit Grenada before, come. We had the best juvie. We had the last juvie for the summer. We had the safest juvie for the summer. Our Monday night mass is out of the whole. Trinidad and Tobago go beat us with pretty mass because they have bigger costume, bigger band, more people. But when coming for juvie and Monday night mass, visit Grenada. If you don't book yet, book now and visit Grenada. Best carnival for the, and I'm not saying that because I'm from there. Because I just give every island what they deserve. Right now, Grenada had the best soca monarch together with St. Vincent. You understand? We have that hype. We have that power from start to the end. Thank you very much again. I appreciate everybody. And looking forward to see all you in Spice Mass 2025. Respect. Thank you.
Most definitely. Folks, you're tuning into the Wake Up Club. I want to wish you a terrific Tuesday. See you on Friday. Remember, today is the day for you to become a better version of the person you were yesterday. Every day you're supposed to be growing and becoming a better person, a better version of the person you were. I want to encourage you to keep the faith. I want to encourage you to remember to practice showing gratitude, and always remember love conquers all. Have a good one, and we'll chat again soon on Friday. Bye.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X. You cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.